Clark Gable was one of Hollywood's most iconic leading men during the golden age of cinema, celebrated for his commanding screen presence, deep voice, and unforgettable performances in classics such as Gone with the Wind, where he played Rhett Butler, a role that cemented his status as a cultural legend. And while sensational headlines often claim dramatic final confessions about the only woman he ever truly loved, the reality of Gable's life is more grounded in a long history of fame, relationships, and personal complexity rather than a single confirmed emotional revelation made at the end of his life. Rising from humble beginnings, Gable worked his way into Hollywood stardom during the 1930s, quickly becoming one of MGM's biggest assets and a symbol of classic masculinity on screen, appearing in numerous successful films that defined the era and made him one of the highest-paid actors of his time. His personal life, however, was marked by multiple marriages and high-profile relationships, most notably with actress Carole Lombard, whom he married in 1939, and whose relationship is widely regarded by historians and biographers as the most meaningful and emotionally significant of his life, largely because it coincided with a period of genuine happiness and stability for Gable that contrasted with the pressures of fame. Lombard's tragic death in a plane crash in 1942 deeply affected him and is often cited as one of the most emotionally devastating events of his life, shaping his outlook and contributing to a quieter, more withdrawn personal demeanor in the years that followed, especially as he returned to acting and later served in the U.S. military during World War II. After Lombard's passing, Gable remarried, but many accounts suggest that he never fully recovered from the emotional impact of losing her, which has contributed to the widespread belief that she remained the most significant romantic figure in his life, though it is important to note that this interpretation comes from biographical analysis and historical accounts rather than a verified final statement naming her as the sole love of his life. In his later years, Gable continued acting and remained a major Hollywood figure, though the industry was changing rapidly around him as new generations of actors and filmmaking styles emerged, and he appeared in films such as The Misfits, released shortly before his death in 1960, which is often viewed as a reflective and symbolic ending to his career. His sudden death from a heart attack at age 59 came before he had the opportunity to fully experience the later stages of life and retirement, leaving behind a legacy defined more by his cinematic achievements and cultural influence than by any single romantic narrative. Ultimately, the story of Clark Gable is best understood not as a simplified emotional headline, but as the life of a major Hollywood figure whose career, relationships, and personal losses collectively shape his legacy, with Carole Lombard remaining historically recognized as the most significant emotional connection in his life, rather than any confirmed last-minute declaration naming a single only love.